Okay, today we are going to talk about perimeter and area, something that you have been working on since you were in second grade. Um, it's true. Believe me, I know. Perimeter is the area around the outside, and area is the area. Area is the area. That doesn't make any sense. Area is the space inside a figure. So go ahead and get your title on your page. Do your I can statement. I can find perimeter and area of figures. And we have some vocab words that I'd like you to write down. Of course, perimeter is one of them. And the definition of that is the distance around the outside of a figure. And then we're going to use a couple of different formulas today. Formulas, they're going to be a rule that helps us to solve a problem. Most of you know the rule for area and perimeter because, like I said, you've been doing this for a while. Area is the last vocab word that we have, the space inside the figure. If you need some more time, pause the video. Take care of getting these all written down in your notebook, not just on a piece of paper. Okay, so I made this little drawing for you so you could remember area and perimeter. Someone once told me, and I thought this was really funny, perimeter is the fence that keeps your dog in. Just like that. Drew this around the outside. And the area is where the dog pees. So that would be your yard right here that you're finding the area for. The inside of your shape, the perimeter is around the outside. Okay, so I talked earlier about formulas. I always think about perimeter as plus because if nothing else, if you don't remember the formulas I give you here for squares or rectangles, perimeter, just add all your sides up, plus them all together. And perimeter and plus start with the same letter, so it's easy to remember. Perimeter plus, perimeter plus, perimeter plus. But if you happen to have a square, you can just say, hey, what are the sides? Because they're all going to be the same measure. And just times them by 4, because squares have 4 sides. So you can find the perimeter by using this formula, P, perimeter, equals 4 times S. Or if you have a rectangle over here, remember that 2 of the sides are going to be the same, and then the other 2 sides are going to be the same. So if you double them, you have, you do 2 times L plus 2 times width. Add those together, like I said, plus. You're going to get perimeter there. And then, of course, trusty area formula. You have area equals length times width. I'm sure this is ingrained in your brain. If it's not, it should be. It's got to be there. No matter what, when someone says area, you think, oh, length times width. All right, so let's give it a try. Perimeter, remember I said, was plus. And so we're going to find the perimeter of this figure. I'm going to be doing some plussing. I'm going to actually walk the outside of this figure and write my numbers down as I walk. So here we go. I'm walking this length. And of course, you can see it's written right there that we have 7 centimeters. Then I got to keep on walking. And this side I have 5 centimeters. I'm going to plus something else because I have more than 2 sides. Keep walking. This one I have 3 centimeters. Then I have to keep on walking. Plus, ooh, now I have blue. I have a blue pen now. That works. Plus 4 centimeters. Keep on walking. Plus 3 centimeters. And I'm almost done. I'm ready to get back to my starting point. There I am. And that one is 3 more centimeters, so I have to add that in there. Now I just do some adding, which as 5th graders, we know how to add. 3 plus 3, 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5. Be careful here because sometimes we forget. We're working with multiplication so much that sometimes we forget that this time we're adding, we're not multiplying. So we add those together. Now we have 12 plus 7. And we can't forget the 6 out to the end. Out at the end, I guess. So our total here, our total, we have 19 plus 6. We have 25. When we write that, I'm going to actually write this on the next screen. When we write that, we have to make sure we put a label on there. For perimeter, we're only adding those links together. So we're going to have an answer of 25 centimeters because the labels on each one of those sides was centimeters. So we have to put this label in here. I want to know that I'm not dealing with potato chips or elephants or light bulbs. We are dealing with centimeters. We're not dealing with anything else. So make sure you put your label on there. Let's practice some more. Here we have a rectangle that we want to find the perimeter of it. One of the sides is 8.9 and one of the sides is 4.2. Remember when you do this, they're trying to trick you. I'm giving you a helpful hint right now. They did not put this 8.9 down here because they wanted to try to trick you, but you have to remember that it's there. Same thing with this 4.2. Because we're doing perimeter, we're walking around the outside edge. Well, if we only walk on 2 edges, we're not doing the perimeter of the shape. So we have to include all of those. And remember, when we add numbers with decimals in them, we have to line the decimal up. Notice I put 2 of those 8.9s and 2 of those 4.2s, lining the decimal up and adding together because perimeter plus 9 plus 2 is 11, and I have another 9 plus 2, which is another 11. So I have 22 here, carry the 2. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 4 is 14, plus 8 is 22. Plus 4 more is 26. And like I said before, we have to put our label on there, centimeters. Let's try this other one here. I'm going to walk the outside edge. I'm going to start here at this corner, go all the way down here. So I'm going to start with 11. Then I'm going to go to the next one, walk down to the point, or the vertex, which we learned previously. There's 7. Then I'm going to keep walking, being cool. Yep, gotta walk the outside edge here. There's some more. Oh, now I have a red pen. And one last one. And now we need to add it together. 11 plus 7, 3 plus 8, and can't forget this 4 out to the side. 11 plus 7 is 18. 3 plus 8 is 11. When I add it all together, a good mental math strategy for this one, I say, okay, well, I have 1 over 10, so I'm going to take that 1 and put it here with 19, and then from 19 I'm just going to add 10 more. That would be my 10 zone here. So now I have 29 when I add 18 and 11, and then I need to add 4 more, so I count up from 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So my answer is 33, and on this one I'm going to put an M for meters, not miles, like you guys were telling me it might be, meters. So let's try some area this time. Before we were doing perimeter around the outside, here we're going to do some area. Remember, area is length times width. That's how we find area. Well, here's our length, here's our width. We plug those numbers in, and as my 8th grade teacher said, plug and chug. 4 times 5 is 20. This is going to be different on our label though, Because we're doing the space inside this shape, we're going to put our label on there and we're going to square it because there are 2 dimensions. So we say the answer to this is 20 meters squared. We go over here and see they're trying to be tricky again. They put all 4 numbers thinking, oh, maybe they'll be confused and do perimeter. Nope, we don't want to do perimeter. Not cool. We want to do area on this one. So we do our length times our width. And this is one you guys will need to write out to solve. I'll give you time. Okay, still working, hopefully. You're not going to know the answer to 42 times 42 in your head. You have to write it down. Have you written it down? Do it now. If you haven't, write it down. Solve it. 42 times 42. I'm just waiting, making sure you wrote it down, doing the math. 42 times 42, you should get this answer down here. 1,764 centimeters squared, which looks like this, centimeters squared. Or you can write square centimeters like they wrote right there. All right, let's give this one a shot. Notice that it has these lines on there. We talked about this before when we talked about shapes. If it has these lines on there, it means all these sides are the same because they have the matching symbol on there. So in this one, it says this side is 58 feet, which means that this side is also 58 feet. And this side is 58 feet, and this side is 58 feet. If I were to do perimeter, I would need all 4 sides. But I'm going to do area. So I need a length times a width. Well, here's my length. Here's my width. So I'm going to write those out. Yes, because I am not going to know 58 times 58 on the top of my head. I need to write them down. 8 times 8. 8 times 5. Plus 6. 5 times 8. 5 times 5 plus 4. Add these 2. And don't forget your label. And these are area. This is area, so I need to square it. Now we're going way back here. We want to find the area with, we have these 2 numbers that have decimals. When we multiply decimals, we do not have to line them up. When we add them, we have to line them up. When we multiply them, we don't. So it just happens that these ones line up. But let's go ahead and figure this out. Oops, my 1. 2 times 5 plus 1. 3 times 5. 3 times 5 plus 1. Add. Move the decimal. And our final answer on this one is inches squared. Notice that this starts with a 3 and this starts with a 5. These are our whole numbers. So if I estimated this and said, okay, well 5 times 3, that's 15. My answer should be something close to 15. If your decimal ended up back behind the 6, you might have put your decimal in the wrong spot. Like if you just dropped your decimal down and thought, oh, maybe it drops in there. You might have put your decimal in the wrong spot. All right, so now that I've practiced perimeter and area with you, you have an assignment over in Schoology. Go ahead and head on over there. You have 2 pages that you're completing today. It is topic 12.3 and 12.4, both of them the practice pages. As always, happy mathing.